Howdy, howdy, Sue Devil here, and welcome to Star Citizen, my first video in this game. I just wanted to take a minute to talk about the game and some videos that I'm probably going to be making. We'll see, I haven't made some in a long time, and we'll talk about my favorite ship, which we're going to go to right now, but I just want to talk a little bit about the game. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of this game. People who have watched my other videos, as it's been around for a long time, right about 9 years now, I guess. And I started watching videos on the game a long time ago and really knew I wanted to get involved in this game when it made sense for me, and pledged maybe in 2019, finally bought a couple of ships. And now that the 315 patch is coming out, there really is enough gameplay for me specifically, because I really like the industrial side of the gameplay in here, to come and play. And I thought, well, maybe I'll make some videos and hopefully you guys enjoy. So the first thing I want to go over is really the ship. When I saw this, it was one of the earlier ones. I knew I was going to get this game just because it is so utterly amazing. And that's the Drake Herald right out here. When I first saw this ship, this game is just beautiful. Everywhere you look, this game is beautiful. When I first saw this ship, I knew that I was going to play, because it is an absolute masterpiece of artwork in a game full of masterpieces. This is, in my opinion, the pinnacle, the most incredible ship made in this game to date. And I'm sure anyone who's played this game will have their own opinions on what the most beautiful ship is, and their own reasons for it. My reason is, I grew up in the 70s, and I'm sure everyone who did will remember space shows like Space 1999 and Battlestar Galactica, the original Star Wars, the first Alien movie. And this ship, even though it's nothing like the ships in those movies, for some reason it just reminds me of those. It brings me back to being 10 years old, and dreaming about spaceships and drawing spaceships, and believing that someday maybe I would go to space, and kind of loving thinking about this. And this ship is absolutely incredible in every way. And this, one of the things, is doesn't really have a gameplay loop yet, but I can see that coming fairly soon. But the inside of this, you look at this is absolutely incredible. Every part, everywhere you look, is amazing. We'll go up to the cockpit first. I mean, you look at that cockpit, it looks like it's out of an F-15 from the 70s, or an F-14 or something like that. It's very utilitarian. You can see everything, and everything's labeled. We can see the insulation and these kinds of things. And I guess the kid in me that remembers those old shows and how the special effects were pretty simple on them, how far we've come to make something like this that's absolutely so beautiful. Like, when I look at this, like, there's a toilet at a spaceship. Having a poop in space would have really delighted the 10-year-old in me. I know they all have it now, but this is absolutely amazing. A sink, a bed, a place to sleep, a place to store your things, and a working spot for someone else to come along if they want, but really to do your busy work, you can come back here. And things work and they function, and the screens are getting more and more playable as the game comes along. But where's my ability to get out of here? Here we go. But as of 3:15, I can see really the gameplay in this accelerating. And even though it is an alpha, it's not like other games in every way you can think of. They say it's a sandbox game, which it is, but it's a sandbox game that really mimics real life. You know, when we were kids, we'd get together with our friends and decide what game we were going to play, what the rules were, and we would just play. And you know, we would play all kinds of games. You know, this is like that, except you can set your expectations on how you want to play with your friends that you're going to play with, and you can see a lot of that gameplay out there right now, where people are playing this game in a sort of in a very interesting way, because they're trying out different things. So let's see here. I just like looking outside my ship. Oh, my landing gear is down because my landing gear is always down. Let's pull that up and kind of do a panoramic as we pull away from this mining station, and talk a little bit about the game and my plans for the future, and you know, how I'll cover this game. I really don't know. I just wanted to share it for anyone who hasn't thought about this game just yet. I would highly recommend you do, if you're a lover of space games at all, and particularly if you grew up in the 70s. You know, this game is for you, even if you haven't thought about something like this before, or you think, you know, your computer is really bad, it's not going to run really fast. There are ways to make this game run a little bit better, for sure. And you know, having a few goals in mind when it comes to, you know, what you need to do to put together a computer to play it, not really a bad thing to have that in mind. But anyways, as we kind of cross the sun and go off into space, I'll cut the video here, and I'll hopefully see you soon. Have a good one.